Why are these ancient deep-sea creatures suddenly emerging from the ocean? Do you remember when Hollywood was burning a few months ago?
You'll be okay. You're gonna be okay. Hi. You're gonna be okay.
Now, look at what was found just days before that. On November 6th, off the coast of California, a 10-foot-long oarfish. Oarfish have only been spotted about 15 to 20 times in California's history over the last 125 years. And soon after that, a 7-magnitude earthquake struck California.
Experiencing very strong shaking. Wow. I think we need to get under the desk.
You are in danger.
This was the biggest earthquake to hit Northern California in more than 3 decades.
In 2017, Oarfish sightings were also reported in the Philippines. Shortly after, in July 2017, a 6.6 magnitude earthquake struck the region.
The southern Philippines has been shaken.
A powerful earthquake rocked the Philippines. At least 85 people are dead.
There's a centuries-old Japanese belief that the appearance of an oarfish above water is a sign of a disaster. One particular oarfish was literally seen struggling for its life on the shores of Mexico.
That's an oarfish.
Normally, oarfish are found at depths between 650 and 5,000 feet. This scary-looking fish is called the sea devil. It carries a torch on its head, using it to lure prey into its mouth. It is usually found at depths of 1,000 to 10,000 feet in the dark abyss of the ocean. However, some divers spotted it floating near the surface, almost lifeless. Something unknown is happening in the deep sea, forcing marine creatures to choose death over life. For instance, just a few weeks ago, more than 150 dolphins suddenly left the ocean and stranded themselves on an Australian beach.
More than 150 dolphins have become stranded on a remote beach in Tasmania.
It was the first time in 50 years they had beached in that part of Tasmania.
And this is not an isolated event. On the west coast of Australia, more than 300 fish were found dead on the shore. In India, on the shores of Odisha, a staggering 700,000 turtles appeared together. Did these sea creatures really sense an impending disaster? Is there any scientific explanation behind this? In Japan, a fisherman went out in his boat for fishing. Somewhere in the middle of the sea, he threw the fishing net into the water. After a while, when he was retrieving the fish trapped in his net, he found a strange, long fish. This fish was extremely long, like a snake. Its length was later measured to be almost 6 meters. Its body was sticky and white like rubber. This wasn't a normal fish. It came from the deep sea. It was a deep-sea oarfish. This fisherman released it back into the sea because, according to Japanese legends, spotting an oarfish is a sign of a disaster, especially earthquakes. In 2011, Japan was struck by a devastating earthquake, and just before that earthquake, dead bodies of about 20 oarfish were found on the Japanese coast. But today, these stories are being questioned because not only in Japan, but in the last few years, in many places across the world, dead bodies of oarfish have washed up on seashores. In 2023, a fisherman caught 50 oarfish in one go. In 2024, in California, oarfish were spotted thrice. In February 2025, a live oarfish was spotted in Mexico.
What are you doing? That's an oarfish.
These fishes being spotted so frequently is extremely surprising because until a few years ago, spotting oarfish used to be rare. It was only in 2001 that for the first time a live oarfish was filmed. But it's not just about oarfish. Many such deep-sea creatures are suddenly being spotted at surface level quite frequently. The giant phantom jellyfish is an amazing creature with ribbon-like tentacles longer than 10 meters. They are usually found 1 to 2 kilometers deep in the ocean. But in Antarctica, they were spotted at a depth of merely 80 meters. There were 2 other such incidents. In Russia, fishermen caught a creature that was believed to be an alien. It was a smooth lumpfish. Its body looks like a brain. Today, over 80% of our oceans remain unexplored. They are home to creatures we have never seen, regions we have never mapped, and mysteries that have never been solved. The deep sea is like Earth's secret vault, where nature conducts dangerous experiments, creating bizarre mutants and alien-like creatures, perhaps trying to send us a message. The dark depths of the ocean hold secrets that may reveal how these vast seas came into existence and why such strange and terrifying monsters thrive there. So obviously, the question arises, what is happening? These deep-sea creatures, humans didn't even know about them for thousands of years. Why are they suddenly coming up to the surface now? Are these ancient creatures warning us of an impending catastrophe? About 71% of the Earth's surface is covered with water. We have classified this water mass as different oceans. 97% of the water on Earth is in the 5 main oceans: the Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean, and the Southern Ocean. Surprisingly, we have better maps of Mars than the ocean floor of the planet we live on. Also, 12 astronauts have spent a total of 300 hours on the moon, but only 3 people, only for 3 hours, were able to go to the deepest point of the sea, Challenger Deep. But do you know what? Humans have explored and mapped only 5% of the oceans. The remaining 95%, especially the deep sea, still remains a mystery. The problem is that this has been changing over the past few years. Due to climate change, instead of this daily migration, they're migrating permanently. With the Earth getting warmer, these deep-sea creatures are moving towards colder places like the poles. The future of these amazing creatures is now in danger. Many of them could go extinct forever. The shocking part is that many of these creatures haven't even been discovered yet. Every year, new animals are found in the deep sea. Some of these undiscovered species may go extinct because of humans before we even learn about them. And it's not just about these creatures. Our lives are also connected to the deep sea. The deep sea stores large quantities of carbon. Phytoplankton works like trees. They absorb carbon and store it in the deep sea, helping regulate the carbon dioxide in our atmosphere. But due to climate change, the ocean's capacity to absorb carbon dioxide is decreasing. However, climate change is still a long-term threat. In the short term, there's another pressing threat to these deep-sea creatures caused by humans: deep-sea mining. Look at this scaly foot snail. Its legs are made of iron. It lives on the deep-sea floor near hydrothermal vents. It is a small creature with a big heart. Its heart makes up 4% of its body volume, the largest heart-to-body ratio in the entire animal kingdom. This snail has been living near hydrothermal vents on the seafloor for millions of years, but now, some crony capitalists are trying to kill it off. Till now, this snail has been found in only 3 places. Mining companies are trying to get their hands on these places. They want to mine for gold and silver near these hydrothermal vents. Some people want to earn money by sending large machines there to dig into the deep sea, causing large-scale destruction of this fragile ecosystem. The United Nations International Seabed Authority has the power to grant permission for deep-sea mining. So far, no country has been allowed to do it, but the pressure is increasing. It is speculated that they might grant approval to a few countries this year. This is where we need to raise our voices. Greenpeace has drafted a petition titled "Stop Deep Sea Mining Before It Starts." More than 3 million people have already signed it, including me. I encourage you to sign it too. The link is in the description and pinned comment. Nature can fulfill our needs, but not our greed. That's why this fight against corporate exploitation is crucial. I hope this was an informative video.